posting videos to social media is always interesting. You always get comments, good, bad, and otherwise. But one thing that I find interesting is when people want to impose upon others what it is they like about the study of martial arts, or whatever, in this case, martial arts, what they like must be the only thing everybody likes. So in other words, some people are like, they really enjoy rolling around on sweaty mats with half-naked guys and cauliflower ears and gladiatorial herpes, high-fiving each other, feeling like they could take on the world. That's their form of entertainment and recreation. Anybody that doesn't do that then is a Mc Dojo, or worse. But whatever, definitely not on their level. You know, whatever turns you on, right? Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right. If you like it, I love it. But what's weird is when those people that do that sport, combat sport, conflate that with real world self-defense. They say things like Aikido doesn't work, Aikijitsu, karate, judo, whatever, you name it. Ignoring the fact that all through the 60s and the 70s, as an example, there were police officers working undercover, having real life fights, or just regular police officers or bouncers, having real life fights, some of them life and death fights, who used these Mc Dojo arts quite effectively, who had reputations on the street for being badass people. It blows my mind how they made that work without the God's gift of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is only just judo, by the way. And you can say, oh, they made innovations. It's variations off basics. Their innovations that they made, as they continue to make, is mostly for sport. And an innovation is like saying you learn how to make a margarita pizza and someone says, hey man, why don't you put on some anchovies and some mushrooms? That's an innovation. You didn't invent pizza, okay? You came up with the idea of putting on anchovies and some mushrooms. There's a difference between tweaking things that have been passed down to you through ancestral lineages. In the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu case, those ancestral lineages came from Japan. Now, but that stuff's not supposed to work. Traditional Jiu-Jitsu or whatever, right? Yet, the samurai seem to do a lot of real fighting, a lot of real killing. History shows the effectiveness of this. But the bro who's got 6 months to a couple years in his BJJ class insists it's not real. We should listen to him, this 18-year-old, this 20-year-old. Throw it all away. Because dude said it doesn't work. Interesting stuff, right? Rolling around on the ground with somebody is the dumbest thing you could do in a real fight. Dumbest thing you could do. Most people have friends. You know, there's a real life example that proves this really well to me. I had a friend who used to do Jeet Kune Do with me. Then he went to a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu seminar. He rolled around with Royce Gracie. And of course, within the confines of the game of rolling around with Royce Gracie took this guy who had very little grappling experience. You know, back in JKD, back in those days, I'm talking the 80s and whatnot, we did grappling techniques, but we really didn't spar grappling techniques, at least the people that I was with. And that includes people like Larry Hartzell and stuff. There was some, okay, but it wasn't quite the same. It wasn't quite the same. Larry was much more hands-on, let's say, than a lot of other people. If you were mainly seminar trained, you mainly got techniques, right? But anyways, of course, he doesn't do very well. What's he do? He chucks JKD out the window, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the be-all, end-all now. He was at a bar. He got himself into a bit of an altercation, which he could have easily walked away from, but he had confidence now. He did a double leg takedown, got the guy down, no problem. Got right to mount. Based out, mid-mount, arms wide, airplane mount. And he's hanging out there. The dude on the bottom just hugged him and started, yelling for help. His friend, who was right there, took the tip of his cowboy boot and put it in my friend's temple about 5 or 6 times. And then they beat the shit out of him. Good example. I know other examples that involve multiple people, multiple opponents. I myself have been a bouncer, or I was a bouncer, from 1988 until 2016. Every weekend. And I either got in many altercations myself or was witness to many altercations myself. And within those scenarios, so many times, the more a person got tangled up with just one person, especially on the ground, the more it didn't go well. Chairs, tables got in the way, railings, beer bottles came out of nowhere, friends came out of nowhere. Now, if we add guns, we add blades, it's fun, it's fine, it's a part of martial arts, and it's in traditional martial arts. But it's not the be-all, end-all. Lastly, I don't get in fights anymore. It would be weird if I got in a fight. And if I did, I'm always armed. And I'm always ready to go. I fight scared. I'm getting old now. I'm just going to finish it as quick as I can and deal with the consequences. But it doesn't come up too much. But I train 20 some hours a week. I want to spend my time doing what I enjoy. And maybe I enjoy history. Maybe I enjoy bettering my character. Maybe I enjoy spirituality. Maybe I enjoy studying classical things from an archaeological perspective. Why did they do that? How can I adapt that to modern day? Maybe I like drills because I find them to be fun. Kata because I enjoy it. What I spend my day-to-day activities should be something I enjoy. I don't worry about fighting. If you're a young guy, I get it. You're still trying to figure out what to do with your testosterone. But if you're older and you're still stressing about that, it's weird, man. But what do I know? I'm just a Mc Dojo guy.